The Oromo people destroyed Haile Sellassie statue. Drop our family. B King. All right. Now about a month ago, I seen in Bath, England, and in Ethiopia, a singer in Ethiopia, named hundeessa, he got killed. And the Ethiopian people that live in England and that live in America and that live in Ethiopia, of course, they start tearing down the Haile Selassie statues. And you know, when I seen this, my eyes started to well up because a lot of the people in the West, the stolen Africans, as well as Africans at home, grew up without a father figure. You see what I'm saying? And you know, to see, I'm not gonna show no images like that, cause the Rasta, that's blasphemy. You see what that's blasphemy. I can't even look at the images. It was very sad. When especially, you know, when I seen, you know, they tore down the Ross McConan statue that's sitting in the center of that square right there. Well, you know, when he owned the horse or whatnot. And, you know, black people just done went crazy. Period. I mean, what do Haile Selassie and Ross McConan got to do with hundeessa? I understand the Oromo people be saying that they, you know, they feel like they being treated unfairly in their own country. Now they the biggest ethnic group, which I don't like that word because it keep us separate. Which they the biggest ethnic group or tribe in Ethiopia. And they be saying like they ain't getting a fair treatment like everybody else. Now they're about 80% of the population too. So you know, this singer get killed. And so they start kicking over the statues of the king. And I was fired up. That's why I didn't make this video a month ago or 3 weeks ago or whenever it was. Because I probably would have said something that I would have regretted. That I really didn't mean. You know what I'm saying? Because I would have been fired up. But we brothers and sisters. It don't matter if we a Romo, you know what I'm saying? It don't matter, you know. I mean, it don't matter about all those the tribalism. We got to kill that. You see what we got to kill that. Because we'll never get far that way. Now, this emperor right here always stood up against Babylon. And I don't see nobody else out there doing what he already done. And he stood for the whole of Africa, not just Ethiopia. So, when I look at this man, I see a great leader that looked at the whole of Babylon as a force that was trying to destroy his people. And he wasn't gonna have that. So, even though he had, modernized and whatnot, when you in a position like that, you ain't had no other choice. Like even then, the Eritreans and the Sudanese and Somalia, Ethiopia was surrounded when Mussolini was attacking. So he had to do something, or he wouldn't have won the fight. He had to get them guns from England. He had to go to England, which he almost died there in the cold. But you also see him on the battlefield too. Niggas be acting like they don't see him on the battlefield. You done seen them pictures. Cause they talking about he was running. No, he wasn't running. From what? From what? You don't get the king captured. Period. If they captured the king, it would have been over before it started. I done talked to y'all about this. Go watch the video I did, Haile Sellassie, Marcus Garvey, I think it was called The War in Zion or something like that. Go look at that video. But y'all, you know, to the Rastafari community, this is Jah. This is God. So go to Mecca and kick the Kaaba. Go to Jerusalem and pee on the Wailing Wall. They'll shoot you down where you stand. They'll shoot you down where you stand. Period. They'll shoot you down when you stand. The arrows, and I done seen them, you know, desecrate monuments and statues. I seen one movie. Soon as the movie come on, they firing off AK-47s at a Buddha. The arrows, straight at the face, just desecrating it. Now, if that was theirs, why would they desecrate it like that? Because they know that ain't them. The ancient people of Iran are African or Ethiopian, period. Since before the time of Homer. And Homer tells you this in the Odysseys or whatnot. But, you know, it's the same thing. So you desecrating the Haile Selassie statue, all Rasta not gonna, you wouldn't have did that if I was there. I'm just gonna be real with you. I don't care if you was black or not, period. I probably would have went to jail. I'm just gonna be real with you, and I'm gonna leave it right there, nigga. Cause that shit would not go down. I mean, I'm sorry for what happened to hundeessa or whatnot. But there was probably Egypt doing that about that goddamn damn. We gonna sneak somebody. Y'all all look the same. Sneak somebody down there just like they killed the man that was leading the dam project, the architect of the original architect of the dam project. They killed him. And so they like, then how could we stop this? Because they reaching for straws. They calling Egypt, calling Donald Trump, come in here and help us with Ethiopia with this damn situation. They reaching for straws, so they probably snuck an assassin down there. And he snuck in and killed the superstar, hundeessa and shit. About that damn project. And, you know, destabilize the country, keep the people occupied. Make them forget about the dam. Make them forget about, you know what I'm saying, progression and getting power to the people. Because that's what it's really about. The Ethiopian dam gonna bring 80% of the population that they gonna have power in their homes or wherever. And like I said, the Nile flowing up out of Ethiopia and Uganda. Now, what if the Ugandans be like, we cutting our shit off too? Them countries, they had to move. They had to move. The black ones, y'all come on back down south with the rest of us. And them Arabs gone to wherever y'all going. But that shit with hundeessa was about that damn shit. That man snuck one of them little Egyptians down there. Pow, pow, pow. However it happened. And y'all upset. And then in England and in America, they was upset. Kicking over statues and shit. I'm like, man, I don't know. If I would have seen that, bro, I would have overreacted, bro. Like, oh, hey. You know what I'm saying? It would have, I ain't, you know, because it's hard to see some shit like this, especially in the way, you know, we look at this great emperor right here. You see what I'm saying? So, family, don't let Babylon control your mind out there in Ethiopia, in Africa, period. You see what I'm saying? You got a choice. You got a choice. Us blacks in the West, we don't got no choice. But, you know, we living up under these people. So, you know, they control our minds or whatnot. But y'all in Ethiopia, y'all got a choice. The ones that's running, let them run. Let them go on out there. They gonna see the harshness of the world. You will run, for Africa or whatnot. You gonna get it out here into the world and gonna see the real reality. Okay? 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 Cause, they ain't gonna, and I know in America, they ain't gonna pull you over and say, is you Ethiopian? We don't lock up Ethiopians and shit. You gonna see. Cause I know in America, a nigga is a nigga is a nigga. You understand me? A slave is a slave is a slave. So family, thankfully, the Ethiopian government is gonna, replace these statues or whatnot, and you can get in contact with them and donate some money, make it bigger and better. You see what I'm saying? And the Oromo people should donate some money first of all, because y'all the ones caused all the pain and all the heartache. Because it does, nothing to, ruin his reputation or how we as black people in the West view him. We view him as Jah, the living God, Christ. And y'all niggas over there worshiping the fake white man. Don't lie, nigga. You over there worshiping Jesus, a white man and shit. Nigga, I seen this shit myself in Ethiopia, nigga. But you gonna kick over the real Jah. Can somebody please show me Jesus Christos tomb? Or Moses or Abraham? Okay? Because we know King Azana is the ones that took y'all away from the ancient Kemetic spirituality into Christianity for some fake ass Prester John. Okay? Okay? For real. Now, I want to talk about something right quick. And then we gonna close out. That's why Dr. Ben and somewhat Dr. Clark, but we'll talk about Dr. Ben first. Now, Dr. Ben doing, before the coronation of Haile Sellassie, you had Lee Jatsu. Now, Lee Jatsu was a Muslim. And we know Ethiopia is a Christian country, even though Muslims, just as many Muslims live in Ethiopia as Christians. And for the most part, they get along. You see what I'm saying? But Dr. Ben did not like, Haile Sellassie and his daddy, because Dr. Ben daddy was working for Lee Jatsu. And that's why Dr. Ben say, well, he grew up in Puerto Rico, born in Ethiopia, but he grew up in Puerto Rico. How did Dr. Ben as a little boy, as a baby, end up in Puerto Rico? Haile Sellassie banished Dr. Ben family from Ethiopia, and they end up in Puerto Rico. So that's why Dr. Ben is not fond of Haile Sellassie. Dr. Ben's father worked for Lee Jatsu. Lee Jatsu was wanting to be Haile Sellassie. He wanted to be the emperor. If he would have been the emperor, Ethiopia would be a Muslim nation, not a Christian nation today. And so Dr. Ben and his father had to flee Ethiopia because the king wasn't having it, and your life might have would have been at risk. And so now Dr. Clark is a little bit different. Dr. Clark didn't like it because what I was just saying earlier about how, Haile Sellassie, Christianity, and they closed down, the ancient African practices. That's why Dr. Clark be saying all African nations are imitations of Western nations with no exceptions. That's a shot at Haile Sellassie. Because the only free country in Africa is Ethiopia. That's why he say with no exceptions. So there was a shot at Ethiopia from Dr. Clark. So Dr. Clark went to, you know, didn't necessarily hate the man, but they wasn't too fond of, you know, Dr. Ben and but they had their reasons. Dr. Ben and Dr. Clark, they had their reasons or whatnot. Why they wasn't too fond of Sellassie and or whatnot, and you know, certain other things or whatnot. But this is a very great king. I'm not saying that his record is impeccable. I'm not saying that. But he done way more great for the African world, us as an African people on the planet, than any other man that ever walked the planet. You got to pull out the resume. The only one that's close is Marcus Garvey, and you know, Sellassie plan work, Marcus Garvey didn't. If Marcus Garvey would have listened to Haile Selassie, took the gold, black people that live in the West today would have been born in Africa, because Marcus Garvey would have took us back there. But in case you ain't noticed why Marcus Garvey flag is only red, black, and green, and not red, gold, and green, like Sellassie flag, he didn't take the gold from Haile Selassie. All right, family, I'm going to leave it right there. I just wanted to talk about that right quick. Drop out. B King.